does sound like we might have a little bit more of a dynamic game. Number 3 versus game number 2, and I think that SUNSfan and Synderen might be extra excited for that one. Have you guys recovered, SUNSfan? How are you doing?
Great. I love stomps, Shiver. They're really fun to cast when teams don't end the game and other teams continue to not say GG despite everybody knowing the game is over.
Do you have someone to talk about this to? Because you seem to have a little bit, you know.
It's true. When I'm home, I can talk to my cats. You know, my wife as well.
Never give up in a Dota game.
It's mostly the cats, let's be honest.
Fair
Hopefully
enough.
she's not listening.
Hey, you did get to cast a Centaur, so that was nice, right?
That's right.
And it won.
It did win. But we didn't get to see the workhorse, Shiver. Everybody loves a workhorse.
The game was too fast for that. Should have lasted a little bit longer, you think, then? Huh?
No, that's true. That's a good point.
All right, enjoy the cast, guys.
Thank you, Shiver. We will. It's game number 3, Spirit versus Tundra. And the winner of this, I'm going to say it after every game at this point, Synderen, will face off against Falcons to secure top 3. And the winner of that will go against Liquid for the finals. So tomorrow is going to be very hype. A lot of high-quality dotes to come. And this game, got to get through it, Synderen. Got to find out who's going to have the advantage. The Dazzle picked early, but it's a support, not a core.
Yep.
Very interesting. Little twist we got here.
I don't know how much faith I have in this hero as a 5, actually. I think... So, the way I see it, what makes Dazzle so extremely powerful is the snowballing nature of Nothal Projection when you're playing it as a core, and you get the Ags, and you kind of just run the whole game.
Yeah.
When you play it as a 5, first of all, that's not going to happen. So what do you really offer as a support that other supports don't? You have Poison Touch. That's going to get dispelled by Abaddon. That's like the dream lane matchup is Abaddon against Dazzle. He's one of the only offlaners that can just deal with this on his own, so he doesn't even need help. And then you have the Shallow Grave, which is a very unique spell for any support to have, obviously. I think it's a difficult Dazzle game. I think you're going to struggle to win your lane hard, and you're always going to be, or you're going to be relatively easy to find for the enemy team because of Bounty Hunter chasing you around, and you have the puck to jump the backline. So I'm worried for Whitemon here. I've given him a ton of praise, and this is the kind of game where I will be very impressed to see him do very well because I think the conditions are hard. Similar to the last game on the Warlock, it was also very tough. The last pick, Beastmaster, not great win rate this tournament. Maybe it was the best option that was left, but like the panel said, gotta hope that they win that lane, because if they don't, the tempo of Tundra's draft is kind of slow. So a lot... I want to say almost the entirety of this game actually depends on the first 10 minutes for Tundra. If this laning stage does not go well, or at least a draw, it's going to be a rough map.
Yeah, Toro will dodge it. So I know Whitemon is... Soxa is the 4. Whitemon is the 5.
Yeah.
I feel like this is a swap in that. I mean, surely the Dazzle is going to get more farm than the AA.
It depends. If AA gets... It kind of... Honestly, who gets the most gold in this game depends who gets the shard. So if AA gets the shard... or excuse me, never mind. If AA... Rather, it depends on Soxa's skill build. If he maxes Vortex, then I think he will probably be able to farm a decent amount with just raw wave clears, whereas Dazzle, it's not as easy to do. But let's see some lanes here. So Puck against Tiny, a classic at this point. Generally speaking, Tiny does very well in this lane, so this is one of the major upsides here for Tundra in this draft is... okay, 13. Interesting number. Oh, this packet loss. This is a bit unfortunate. Hopefully that will be resolved very shortly. But yeah, the Tiny versus Puck lane is the one that I would say on paper looks the best for Tundra. I think this is a favorable matchup for the Tiny. The top lane of Dazzle, Lifestealer into Bounty Hunter, Abaddon, I personally think is kind of a draw, or maybe even slightly 50.
Please, not again.
DDoS on LAN. For one team only.
You never know, Synderen.
And finally, Abaddon, or excuse me, Beastmaster AA against Ursa plus Silencer. I think should be fine for a Dawn. So, but if everything goes according to plan here for Tundra, I don't think they're going to get crushed in the lanes. I don't think they're going to get flat out stomped at all in the laning stage, but I also don't necessarily see them pulling ahead by much. So then it comes down to, like the panel talked about, can Beastmaster and Tiny find setups? Because you have a non-playmaking support duo. You have AA Dazzle as your 4 and 5. They're not going to set up kills. They're going to assist when the cores get it done.
Yeah.
On the other side, you could argue it's somewhat the same case with Silencer and Bounty Hunter, but at least Bounty Hunter can find the opportunities for the team. AA and Dazzle cannot ever really scout in the same fashion without risking their lives. So, all right, we're back to live. Hopefully the packet loss issues are resolved here.
Can you tell me, when it comes to Abaddon, the facets,
Yeah.
what... Oh, we're going to have plenty of time to talk about this. We see players go back and forth between them. It's not just a personal preference thing. It seems to be more of a matchup thing. So what makes one good over the other?
You mean Mephitic Shroud versus the Quickening?
Yep.
So I think we had this conversation in a previous cast of this tournament as well, where I was like, both of them are really good. So you're never going to go wrong. I guess what you're mainly looking for if you take the Quickening is if you are playing in a type of game where the, let's call it the blade mail aspect of a Aphotic Shield isn't particularly valuable from the Mephitic Shroud, then you obviously want to get the CDR instead. But in this game, if you're, like, let's say you're laning against Dazzle and Lifesteal, the way this hero combination wins their lanes is generally through whittling you down, right? They will keep poking and prodding at you. Whenever you have a Aphotic Shield, you're just trading favorably with the Mephitic Shroud. So I think it just makes total sense here. But like either way, honestly, I wouldn't have minded the Quickening either. It's just the lane is kind of straightforward anyway. But I don't think it's a player preference thing. Someone did this.
Jilly.
Poor Soxa. Enough, Jenkins.
That's a great voice line. That's pretty good value compared to another circus music voice line. I felt like that one was...
Yeah. I'd rather spend $5 than $20 for the same voice line. I agree.
Yeah. The argument that it's the exact same voice line is probably insulting to one or the other.
Yeah, I can definitely see that for the person that you're talking about. Of course, we will not name them. It's either Slacks or Jenkins, so 50-50 chance on this one, guys. It's Slacks, of course, as Maposhka taking some poke damage from Soxa. And 33, he's taken the other facet this time around, the Wild Hunt. So his attacks are faster when his units are nearby, which I assume means the Overlord build, yes?
Generally, yeah. That's most of the time what you're going to do with this. Makes a lot of sense too, right? With what we talked about, Tundra want to do well in lanes and then kind of snowball the game. I do foresee some potential issues later down the line against, obviously, they have very limited catch for the puck. The panel talked about this too. The Ursa as well as Abaddon are very tough to kill cores. So maybe you can beat them through controlling the map rather than necessarily killing them all the time.
Yep. Yeah, it looks like we got some juicy packet loss today.
I hope they all get their packets back. It's a bit of a shame.
Yeah, packet loss can be very frustrating. Yep. When you think of lag in a game of Dota, what do you think of? Because there's something very specific that comes to mind for me.
Are you thinking sub-tick right now?
I'm not, but thank you. Another shot at CS2.
Yeah, you love that.
Yep.
When I think of lag...
Yep. There is a very specific... I don't want to give it away.
I think you think of Monkey King ult.
No. No.
Okay.
No. That's FPS. That's a big...
That is indeed, but some people use it interchangeably even though it's not the same thing.
Okay.
Okay, so if you genuinely do think about stuff that is related to what lag actually is...
Within Dota. Lag within Dota.
Kale.
Yes, and that leads to... What? You're so close, Synderen.
Chinese Dota?
Come on. I mean, yeah, but come on. It involves you and me.
I forgot which tournament this was.
Oh, now you're kind of remembering. All right, do you want it?
Yeah.
The original DAC.
Oh, so it was... Oh, actually, I was thinking that, but I was like, that is what you think of. When you hear lag in Dota, you think of DAC.
You don't understand, and a lot of people...
That is crazy.
They're watching... That tournament was so littered. I don't know if that's the proper word, but it was littered with lag. Kale, that's how we learned that word.
That is true.
Constant pauses.
Damn, I should have said it then.
You should have. You were on a roll.
All right,
and then you just didn't have confidence in yourself, which, you know,
that's right.
Understandable based on your career in Dota.
Okay,
wow. At least as a player.
Oh, wow.
Sorry about that.
Okay, no, it's fine.
You know what?
It's
because
fine.
we were going to order food earlier. You didn't want to. You wanted to wait, and now look at us. Having eaten all day, Synderen, it's your fault.
No, you're right. I think I deserve this.
Hey, back to the game, of course.
Fighting Rue.
Oh, this is a 1v1 battle for the ages.
Do you-
Kale!
Do you remember? I'm sure you remember this because it happened literally yesterday. The Reddit thread between Fear and Jenkins, where people are like, "Man, they must hate each other." Fear really hates Jenkins. He got a reality check. You're about to get your own fucking thread, man.
I hope so.
This is not cool.
I hope so.
Yep, that's right. You deserve it.
Synderen's really... I love seeing the occasional comments. Are they actually fighting with each other? Like, come on. You think we'd be working together for over 10 years if we hated each other? Only Slacks could do something like that.
I mean, the money's good enough. I could put up with you.
That's true. It's not the... It's good, though.
Never playing versus Tundra anymore, says Collapse. Yeah.
Well, it remains to be seen whether it actually is a DDoS or not, of course. Players are usually
I mean, as
quite
it
unreliable.
sounds, at the very least, everybody's experiencing it. Which I don't know if that's better or worse, but we have both teams struggling with some packets being dropped here and there.
Man, I don't want to throw shade anywhere, Synderen.
Okay, here it comes.
But imagine what a world we would live in if there was a LAN mode for Dota. Just imagine that. Wouldn't that be amazing? They had it in Warcraft 3.
That would be crazy. Who are you throwing shade at with this exactly? Do you want to spell it out for the audience who this could possibly be?
I love Subtick. I love it.
Could be anyone.
No, I'm not throwing shade. That's why I said not to throw shade, because I wasn't. I'm just commenting that it would be nice to have.
It definitely would.
It's too late now. We can agree. It's past the point of, well, I'm sure there'll...
Is it?
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, that's the thing. Dota, it feels like it's going to live forever, right? There was a time where like, the prize pool's going down, player base going down. But this is the type of game that's just going to live on forever, easily.
Oh, yeah, but in spite of that, people will say dead game every week, obviously. It's always the case.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
That's human nature, though, you know? But, yeah, we're lucky to be in this industry. We're lucky to be... Well, I shouldn't say the industry. The industry's just... falling apart, let's be real. But Dota...
This is getting really sinister, man.
Dota's doing great, Synderen.
Oh, that's good.
I'm
All right.
actually very happy with the state of Dota right now.
So when you said the industry is bad, but Dota is good, you're obviously referring to Relic Arena struggling before it's even released.
No, that's just a funding thing. So no, that's actually
So that's not about the games industry.
No, I think...
Okay. All right.
Not to turn this into another podcast, but since we haven't done one this week...
I mean, if you want to talk about anything else that's going on in this game, be my guest. I'm riveting. Absolutely riveting situation here.
Well, you know, there's ebbs and flows in the esports industry, and I feel like there's been two very large events that have occurred in esports that have kind of put us back 10 years, and we just have to struggle to get back to net even, or whatever the proper thing, net positive.
Do you want to make some additional enemies here?
Yeah, I don't mind.
This one you will definitely shout out. You don't.
I don't mind. The first one, which doesn't really matter, and I have more forgiveness for this, is there was a tournament. We were talking about this the other day called CGS. Okay.
Which year was this?
In the early 2000s.
Okay.
And it was sponsored by DirecTV. It was a ginormous tournament. It was like an Olympic style. It had a bunch of different games. CS was one of them. They had like Dead or Alive, FIFA. They combined them, a bunch of teams. They had drafts. They had franchise, everything.
How do you combine Dead or Alive and FIFA?
Well, they combine them as in you draft these players on this team, and you have the designated games associated, right?
Okay.
And you're fighting against your opponent each week is another team.
Okay.
And you get points for certain games. So FIFA is like your score line. You get X points, and it just adds. And Counter-Strike gave you the most points.
Okay.
Right? So anyway. It was a disaster, and I'm not going to get into the reasons why it was a disaster. It was just it was before its time, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So that scared away a lot of non-endemic sponsors, right? Then we claw our way back. You know, Dota comes out. We got Counter-Strike is doing really well. League of Legends, all these great titles. And then what happens? You know the answer.
I know the answer. I'm just waiting for you to.
Then Overwatch comes out.
Yeah.
And they do a franchise league. And Blizzard puts in tons and tons of money into the esports industry, as it were. They get all these non-endemic sponsors, like the Coca-Colas of the world, or whatever, companies that are not used to sponsoring esports, right?
Okay.
And then it's a disaster. And guess what happens? There's a huge crash again.
Well, not only that, but I also believe having a team in the league was very, very expensive.
Yes,
right?
of course.
So it was massively,
And this scares all these sponsors away, you know?
Yeah, if only they could see Dota and observe this pause, they would be like, this.
Well, that's what's great about Dota is we're almost not even, I mean, we're affected, but
Yeah, we
not as
don't-
much as others.
We
titles.
don't even need to play the game for this to be great to watch.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
Exactly.
Imagine you're watching this and you have billions of dollars. You're like, holy, this is amazing.
Yeah.
These guys love this so
Yeah.
much, and I can't even tell what's happening. It's not even moving. And there's
How
tens of
can they-
thousands of people watching
how
this.
can
This
they
game must
play?
be insane, dude.
How can they play when it's paused? It's unbelievable. What a
Yeah.
terrific game. Imagine that. As we're saying.
Oh, that's probably a very... Speaking of billions of dollars,
Oh,
this
yeah.
courier...
That's definitely billions.
Whose courier is that? Whose courier is it?
You have the ability.
I don't even know where it is.
Oh, let's find the courier.
I'm looking.
Oh, there it is. It's in the triangle.
So it's Bounty
There you
Hunter's
go.
courier?
Yeah.
Wait, which one is this?
It's just some Roche courier. It's not worth very much, Synderen.
Some of them are very rare, Shannon.
Yeah, not this one. It doesn't.
How
look
do you
the one.
know?
I just know by the look of it.
Okay.
Oh, we can have a what the horse moment here. Actually, another. Is that a Roche courier as well?
Yep, it is, but don't worry, it's not worth anything.
Nah,
Because
it's
it's a Roche courier.
Yeah, it's not worth
Dang
it.
it.
Also, it's called Anvil, which is an interesting name for a courier. He has named it Anvil.
Yeah. Oh, he chose that.
I don't think... I mean, the courier is called something Roshan, right? But this one's called Anvil.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder... Should ask the players about that, how they choose their names.
Yeah, I'd be careful
the-
clicking on the couriers. You never know
Yeah,
what
I was
might
just
show
going to say,
up
this is
there.
the modern day of the effigies. Just, yeah.
Yeah.
Choose the right name for your couriers, guys.
Not safe to click when pro players are involved. Let's just leave it at that.
There has been incidents. If not for that, we would have had mega sponsorships, but then they clicked the effigies. So,
Yeah, that set us back a little bit in Dota, I won't lie, but you know, it's just a little blip in the grand scheme of things, Cinderman. So I guess we can talk about the state of the tournament a bit if you want.
Okay.
Obviously, Liquid are in the finals.
That's correct.
Do you think that they have looked good enough to win?
yes.
Do you think anybody's going to challenge them?
Yes.
Can you elaborate, perhaps? That would be great, especially when we're paused and we're trying to think of things to talk about.
Yes.
Okay.
Here's my elaboration.
Thank you.
I think
I know you can't.
that no
wait to
matter
talk.
who faces Liquid in the finals, I think it will be at least 4 games. Because the level of play among the remaining 4 teams here is so high that it's hard to imagine. Also, the way in which Liquid did make it, I know it was a 2-0 today, but one of the games was a marathon that could have absolutely gone the other way.
Yeah. Wow, that's a tongue and a half right there.
Okay.
Wow. Sorry, go ahead, Sin.
No, it's fine. I wasn't saying anything. It's all-
Sorry, were you saying something?
Oh, look at that. That's Dazzle.
Incredible. Sorry, you were saying. I actually did zone out because the tongue distracted me. You can blame the observers for
that's
that.
understandable.
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, I genuinely think the 4 teams that are remaining in the tournament, I think could all win the tournament. And I know that's like a cop-out and easy to say whatever. Everybody can beat everyone, but
Not
genuinely...
only that is a Synderen answer.
But genuinely,
that is your
though,
specialty.
do you disagree? Like, if you look at the teams that are remaining, don't you feel like any of them could beat any of them?
Lucky for you.
Even
I agree with
2-0.
you.
Like, I think...
You mean, wait, is the finals the best? It's a
No, that's the best... No, but the other series, right? Anybody could have beaten anyone 2-0.
Yeah.
And
Well,
the finals...
I mean, that's the thing. This patch has been, you know, it's still relatively unexplored in the grand scheme of things. So we're going to get some stompy games here, and I think that's relatively normal.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would agree with that. Is there a hero that you think players and teams are underestimating based on what you think? Of course, you are the genius in this scenario.
Let me look at my list.
In your mind, you're the king. In reality, you're very much not so.
I think T-Gov might agree with this. I actually think maybe Spirit Breaker is not explored enough right now.
Okay, why is
And
that?
it's easy to underrate that hero in Pro Dota because I think it's unpicked this tournament, or maybe it's been picked like 1 game. We haven't cast it. But it seems a lot better in at least high-ranked pubs right now than it was a month ago. But that hero still can be difficult to run in Pro Dota, but you know, Darkseer is back. He's a really strong pick. So there's like combinations that you can run. T-Gov just came in the room and gave me a thumbs up. I take it back. I think Spirit Breaker sucks. I don't really like the guy. All right, he came in and
he just
yelled very, very insulting things toward me. That's for your Reddit thread, everybody. We're making more enemies by the minute here.
yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, Spirit Breaker, probably my choice there, honestly. I think just looking over my list of heroes that I personally enjoy playing and think are good right now, he's like the only one that really stands out that hasn't been.
I think the hero that is not being picked enough is Ringmaster with the Sideshow Secrets facet, Synderen.
Is that because it's good or because you love bikes?
That is, well, have you looked at my physique? I definitely don't like bikes. I think it's cool to watch.
You can love bikes and not be in good shape.
I guess that's kind of true. That would be sad but true. Famous Metallica song.
Okay.
We're really scraping the barrel here.
I agree.
Don't worry, we'll think of something else to talk about, as
That's
we
fine.
always do.
Yeah.
We have not seen the other facet for Lifestealer yet, which I'm a little bit sad.
Oh, the Gore Storm?
Yeah, it sounds kind of interesting, right? I mean, especially in a game like this where you have these eventual ancient creeps coming out from 33. You jump in, and that's the only way you can get an ancient creep now, is with that facet.
Mm-hmm.
So add more ancients to the mix. Radiance on top, the old BSJ strategy.
Yeah, losing the max HP on Feast per the hero kills is kind of... That's already...
You still get the HP, it's just not as much.
Yeah.
Fair.
I don't know. I mean, I remember looking at this when the patch came out, and the win rates for the two were almost identical, actually. So, maybe Gore Storm is better than the pros think.
I think Gore Storm is better for Ag specifically, right?
Yeah.
You would think. Because it's doing...
And there's plenty of games where they go Ags, to be fair.
Yeah,
So,
even without the disarm, so...
I could see it.
But not to be in this tournament unless there's a misclick. Has there been any misclick of a facet that we have confirmed to be true? Because we thought when the original facets came out that Lion with the Fist of
Don't
Demonic
remind me.
Thunder, whatever the hell it's called, but people ended up taking that on purpose.
Fist of Demonic Thunder. I think it's genuinely
Power
just called
Fist?
Fist of Death.
Fist? There's no way it's called Fist of Death.
It's called Fist of Death, just like Finger of Death.
We're investigating this. It is called Fist of Death. Okay.
What was your first guess again? Fist of what? Demonic?
Fist of Destiny.
Fist of Destiny.
Yeah, why not?
The less known song from Tenacious D.
Yeah, that's right. Great band, by the way. Okay, I do want to talk about a very important here that's not in this game. Is absolutely not relevant at all.
Okay.
Arc Warden with the runes.
Oh yeah,
When reading the patch, that is the one that jumped out to me as the coolest sounding thing. It might be garbage, and it probably is because it has been picked.
I thought that hero was going to be good after reading the original.
Wait,
738.
which facet though? One where you get the free rune on your Tempest double, I assume.
I think both of them were interesting, especially for mid, as a potential mid arc thing. The hero also got some buffs overall. I think the win rate went up significantly, but I guess this is one of those things that could come around given enough time on the patch right now. I guess it's a little bit more complicated to work in. As okay, we have now disconnected. Okay, we are disconnecting
one team at a time.
We're disconnecting one team at a time. We're getting the word right now that we should be ready soon.
Hey guys,
They're
just
all
to
coming
let
back.
you all know, we apologize. Me and Synderen have actually sabotaged the computers in order to have this podcast live.
Yes.
So we are the ones holding up the game, so you can be angry at us. Okay? And Jenkins, of course, just because he's getting a lot of hate this week, might as well throw him in there.
Yeah. Actually, it wasn't our idea. Jenkins told us, wouldn't it be fun if you guys paused the final game of the day for 15 minutes? And we said, no, Jenkins, that's not fun.
But 30 minutes is fun.
But then he threatened us in the green room and said, if you don't do this, I will be naked on broadcast tomorrow. And we said, we can't do that.
Wow. Well, if you wanted him to get fired, then you could just let him go through with it.
Yeah. But I
mean,
don't
he
want
was-
Jenkins to be fired
To be
because I
fair,
like it.
he was almost naked 2 days ago, and he wasn't fired, so I think he's good to go.
When was
that
he
trench
almost
coat.
naked? Oh.
Trench coat.
Yeah, I asked him if he was going to go for some sort of exhibitionist thing, and he said, no, I'm not going to do that. Which was shocking to me.
All right, we're going to continue to go through the heroes. So, thought of Jenkins, so Pudge. Why is this not picked? Well, I think when this new facet, the Rotten Core, came out, there were a few Pudge games.
Pure played it right away.
But why? And was it not successful?
Not really.
bad?
I don't think so.
Go
Also,
Mask of Madness. What was the build?
I don't remember, but I just remember looking at first glance at the fastest and being like, they're going to try this, but I don't think it's that good.
Yeah,
I guess it's also a matter of the meta, right? If Lifestealer and Ursa and Pudge, or excuse me, Lifestealer, Ursa, and Tiny are all 3 of the top 5 carries, how do you play Pudge? I think if the meta were to shift and some of these heroes get nerfed, then he just has really bad matchups right now.
Yeah.
And now that you don't have Flayer's hook as a facet anymore. He has been punished a lot as a support too. So the hero's just worse. God, I love Pyrian
I don't know if I've heard
flags.
that one before. That's good. All right, so packet loss still continuing, it seems. Now, the question is, if everybody's getting the same packet loss, Synderen, it's even.
Is anyone getting packet loss then?
Now, which heroes, and I already know the answer to this,
Okay.
will perform worse with these issues, and Puck would be number one in this game. So I think Tundra would have the advantage.
It could be difficult to make a good toss back with packet loss. I think Tiny might suffer more than Puck.
And what about Subtick?
Осторожно, играет профессионал.
Oh yeah.
It never gets old, does it?
Imagine Peeker's advantage in Dota.
Oh, yeah.
How would you do that? The first person to move between low and high ground gets to see the enemy a little bit faster.
Yeah. Yeah.
That doesn't
I mean,
make sense.
honestly, things have changed so much in Dota that nobody thought, other than some of us, of course, did.
Why don't you take this
People were
time
very
to
against big
watch
changes, like
this?
mana bars, Roche being in the pit with alternating spawns, status bars above the health bar. Like, these have been such quality of life. Are there any ones that you can think of that need to be added? Because we've gone to the point where anything goes, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything that comes to mind for you? They're like,
What
Other
if
than-
you could see the ping and the packet loss over the heroes?
oh yeah, that's a lot of clutter, I think.
What do you think about that?
I think the visibility in team fights might be a bit of an issue. I'd be calling fights and just talking about
Okay.
packet loss. That
So
doesn't-
quality of life that I would like.
yeah. Like, as a player, I mean, that's the thing. Players are kind of brain dead, so you probably don't have any ideas, right? It's kind of an issue.
We are being informed that there is a little bit of a change happening on the tech side of things. We're trying to change out some switches, so we will
No,
also...
hold on, hold on.
Играет
Well,
профессионал.
I'm talking to production now.
Okay.
We can throw to a break. I'd rather just talk personally. Is that okay, production? Okay. That is
All right, how
they've
about you
given us
ask
the
me how
okay.
I feel first?
I don't care. Do you need to go to the bathroom? I'll take
No,
over
I
myself.
need to do literally anything else than talk to you right now.
Okay, well,
And-
you can talk to the wall.
Oh,
Turn
yeah,
your,
that, I mean,
turn
that is
your
one
chair
thing.
around.
Yo, what's up? How you doing?
Yeah, too bad the camera's not on. He's
Oh,
actually doing it.
yeah.
Very sad.
Oh, honestly,
Very
I'm
sad state of affairs here.
You look good today. You look greener than ever.
Yeah, the walls are green here.
Oh,
actually,
very
which is
green out
nice.
here. Oh,
Really
nice.
brings
All
out
right.
the color of
Yep.
your eyes.
Do you know what color my eyes are? Because I don't.
Absolutely. I don't.
I actually don't know what
I don't care.
I have like these weird eyes that are like different. They're not. They're hard to.
All right, let's go through some more heroes.
Oh, we have. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yep,
Pick
no,
one. Pick
tell
one
me.
for me now.
What do you want?
Anything.
I pick a hero for you.
All right, now, what about Kez? This one, I think,
don't
is going to
understand the
be
hero.
a bit polarizing
Okay.
because I think conceptually as a hero, it's kind of cool,
Mm-hmm.
but casting it sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah, he's pretty advanced.
Like,
So we were talking about this the other day, actually. I think because this is being compared to like the carry version of Invoker, right? It's you have a lot of different spells, you can swap between them, etc. But I feel like for Invoker, it's extremely inherently obvious and very clear what's going on. All the spells are very unique, very distinct in sound, very distinct in animation, and something as banal as they're just bigger, right? You can see
Yeah.
very clearly. I feel like on Kez, it's very subtle. So I also think that makes it a lot harder for people to learn how the hero works and to immediately understand what's going on in the fight with what he's doing. Because, yeah, there's just the switching is less just obvious, I guess.
is that because you don't understand how the hero works?
Well, like I was saying, I just being honest, I haven't played Kaz myself yet. And obviously, if you do play the hero enough, you're going to get it. But the combos are obviously quite advanced. I understand the gist of what the hero does, but he's not in captain's mode. So, but yeah, I don't know. There's something. Perhaps he could be made a little bit more clear to both for observing sake and for pro Dota's sake, but also for the players just playing the game casually to have a little bit better grasp of what's going on.
Well, they did make it better with the icon colors actually changing with the facet. Or
Yeah.
not the facet, with the, God, what is it, even the skill's called? Switch Discipline.
Yeah, when you switch
is the
between
name.
Sai and what's the other one called? It's called Sai and
It's a good question.
Katana. That's right. It's the Sai and the Katana.
That's right. Yeah, that's going to be a complicated one to cast, I think.
Yeah.
But he does have a Shard and Ags, technically, which is a bit surprising. But how far away do you think he is from being implemented to Captain's Mode? Because Ringmaster, how long did that one take?
Was he put in the game after or before TI?
After.
After TI?
Wasn't he? Am I crazy? Remember, that was the whole...
Why don't you take this time?
I thought he was in the game, but not in CM.
Maybe
So
it was...
TI was
Yeah, no,
circus themed, but the hero wasn't ready for CM.
Yeah. God.
So it's probably like half a year ago. A little bit more,
Okay.
maybe 7 months ago.
So
And when did he get into CM? 738, right? So that was 2 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago.
So will Kez make it to TI? I think so.
Yeah, he will be to TI. I think he'll make it to TI.
Okay. Well, that'll be a confusing one to cast. Cast spell number 1, spell number 2. Easy peasy.
Every TI has like 10 to 20 heroes that are almost completely unpicked for the entire tournament. So looking at the hero roster, if Kez does get introduced, there's still like a 10% chance he doesn't get picked. So you can hope for that.
He'll be banned.
Yep, that's fine. Then you don't need to talk about him too much.
That's right.
You can just say, oh yeah, that hero's real good. And then... Okay, Shannon, I have a question for you.
Yes. Not contested heroes. Thank you. Production's
Oh,
helping.
nice. How about we look at this?
But what was your question? I'm really
No, I
curious
think
now.
this is much, much better, to be honest, is what... All right. All right. Which of these heroes, what do you think it's going to take to make these heroes viable right now?
Shadow Fiend needs to get about 1,000 extra HP in the laning stage, and
Yeah,
then
he'll
it goes
probably be
away.
first pick then.
It goes away after 5 levels.
What? So you're
All right,
unkillable until level 5?
I'll give real answers as an amateur
Okay.
game designer.
All
I'll
right.
call myself an amateur
Okay.
right now.
Yep.
Okay. Let's start with Juggernaut because he sucks. Now, what is his issue?
Yeah, go on.
I think one issue with Juggernaut is his identity in the laning stage used to be, I get first blood.
Yep.
That's not a thing anymore.
Not really.
Early levels.
His identity is I get first blooded.
Yes.
No.
Okay, sure. I think Blade Fury should be better at level 1 to allow for more first bloods. I miss hiding in the trees. With
So
like
how do you make it
Crystal
better?
Maiden. Well, you could just scale it differently, perhaps.
Okay.
Maybe give a little extra move speed.
What if
to
it's stunned?
Jug. Yeah, that sounds great.
Then I would,
Battery assault.
maybe you would get first blood then. It
what-
probably wouldn't do enough damage anyway.
Do what you need to do because Jug is amazing. Conceptually, he's fun to watch. People love.
Yeah,
He's
Jug is fun.
he's literally. If you go on Twitch, he's on the cover of the game.
Why are we
Not
watching
played.
the world upside down off screen? That's super... Are you trying to make the audience nauseous right now? What's going on?
No, they're not in VR, so
I didn't actually know Dota has the sky. Did you know that?
it's kind of pretty, isn't it? I thought it was a. Huh. I did not know that actually. Usually it like gets clipped out, but there's actually clouds. Oh, you could get lost in those.
I feel like I'm outside right now. Woo!
And if you're just joining us, of course, Synderen and SUNSfan here will be talking about absolutely nothing until this game gets back underway. This will be game number 3 versus
Yes, sir.
Tundra and Team Spirit. Winner to play Falcons. Oh my God, that's a face.
Now,
That's a face only a mother could love.
Now, not to rub it in, Shannon, but I did convince you that we should wait with ordering food because who knows, this series could be a 2-0 and we might be able to go and eat at a restaurant.
Yeah. Right?
It's now 10.
Yep.
I do think, oh, we're being asked if we need anything. Oh, yes, please. I will take, can I have 3 Amaretto Sours, please?
Oh, want
to
to
the
get some
casting booth?
drinks
That would
in
be
here.
absolutely lovely.
Oh, terrific.
Oh, if this actually happens, I'll be blown away. That would be so funny.
I would like to turn this into a mukbang stream.
That is
where we
not
can
how
get-
you pronounce that.
I don't know how to say it. I've never watched it. I'm actually disturbed by it, but I like eating and I
What
like
you said sounded
cameras.
more like a Pokemon.
Well, how do you say it?
I don't dare to say it now because maybe you were right and I'm wrong, so I'm not going to even try.
I need to hear what you have to say. Hey, it's a polywog.
Oh, that's Pog.
Look
That
at
is
these
literally
cute little guys.
that is a Polypog right there.
That's true.
That
That's
is a Pog.
better than the dinosaur face, I think.
What's the thing? It's the thing is called holding called. It's
yeah, I know what it is.
it's
I
a
don't know.
plant.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think in Danish it's called Dunhammer.
Yep, that's what it's called in English too. Donhammer.
Yeah, okay.
We actually pronounce it the same way too. I think it's actually translated to hot dog. That's what. You're
I'm
actually
gonna look up what this is called.
Now, careful with the perspective there. That might not be PG not might not be suitable for children. Careful now, observers.
Danish
All
to
right?
English.
Very careful.
Okay, it claims it's called a down hammer. I refuse to believe this, Google. You are awful.
That's right. I talk about how the down hammers always grow next to my my garden that I have at home.
All right, let's try here. I'll find it. You bet I'll find it.
I'm waiting. We're all
Yes.
waiting because the game doesn't start until
It's
you figure
called
this
a
out.
bull rush or a reed mace.
A bull rush?
Bull rush with one L.
Never heard of it.
Nope.
Dunhammer.
Or in America, mostly in America, it's called a cattail.
Oh, yeah, cattail. Yeah.
So you're
I've heard
familiar
of
with that? Okay.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
get
yeah.
these other ones. Oh, yeah.
it. God, we really have the stupidest words in America.
Wow.
Осторожно. Играет
Oh, we got 10 in the game. What's so funny?
The polywalks are funny.
Yeah, there's a double.
It looks, they genuinely look as bad as they
Okay,
are.
next
It's like
topic.
Magic
Next
card.
topic, Synderen.
Yep.
They've
Oh, that's a
added
cute dog.
water to the map, all right? It's had almost no effect
Okay.
other than being able to add these cool creeps, which is nice.
Yeah.
What is the next level? What is the next layer to this? Let's go 2 years in the future.
Okay.
Valve is getting hounded by Reddit to come out with the next huge patch.
I've got it already.
Okay.
The water needs to go somewhere. There's going to be sewer drains.
Okay.
There's going to be drains around the map, and
Yeah.
you can go into the sewers, and that's where Roshan will be.
Roche will be underground.
You go into the sewers, and then in the sewers, there's like really disgusting creeps in there, but they still drop gold.
Okay. And
But
other
then
things?
if you fight your way through there, in the sewers is the sewer boss, and that's Roshan.
Oh, so Roche becomes a sewer boss.
Yes. So you have to go into the
his name
sewers
different?
to fight him. No. Because reasons.
Okay.
Yep. We'll
Well,
never rename Roche.
I personally
Okay.
want this.
Okay.
They didn't quite implement the same Roche that I wanted
Okay.
because, first of all, I love the fact that he runs down the river. I think it's great. But we need a second Roche on the map, and it needs to be Roche's sister. Okay?
What's her name going to be?
Roshana.
That's very unimaginative. Okay.
Okay, so Roche and Roshana, they will alternate spawn. Okay? Now, of course, this Roshana could be the wife or the sister, or both if you're from Alabama, right? So it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter which one it is, but it has to be related in some aspect.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
That's all I got so far.
Oh, wow, that's amazing.
You were waiting for the punchline. There is none.
There never is with you, is there?
Hey, this is called top-down game design. You start with the theme, and then you go down to the mechanics. The theme,
All right. How have
It's
you
very
got-
important.
when you do top-down game design,
Yeah.
do you ever go down?
yeah,
Or do you just do the top
no.
level and then other people actually do the down stuff?
Eventually, yeah, it does
Okay.
come together. But actually, I would say most of the things that I've worked on have been bottom up. It's just easier to start
Yeah.
with mechanic.
I
it
see.
just is. But theme is pretty hard to find when you start with the mechanic. So it's more fun, I think, to start with just the theme. So they have this water. Now we need a dam at some point, right?
Oh, yeah, that's
We need
good.
to block the water.
Oh, look. Hey, don't go away from the crew squirrel.
That has
Look at
We've already
him.
made this joke, but we'll do it again just because we're running out of material. The same amount of polygons as Morphling everybody. Everybody laugh.
Yep.
There we go. Thank you.
Oh, a butterfly.
That is a
Oh, two butterflies.
very detailed butterfly. Yeah. So I think let's think of some more ideas together because I think Valve is going to be farming this right now. So Roche, very important. Okay, Tormentor is kind of a weird one, right?
Okay.
Right now it's worth a lot. You don't like it how it currently is. I think in a competitive game, it's actually been pretty nice.
I think the new version is better than the previous. So, okay, here's my tier list for Tormentor. Both teams have one each. Worst.
Wait,
738,
Oh, okay.
second worst. So this is the best version of it we've had so far, the current one.
Okay.
It is the best one because now, instead of both teams just having one on each side, which I think was the worst version, then we got the previous one in 738, which gave way too much, and now they've toned it down.
Okay.
I think they could tone it down further.
What about this?
But it's okay.
You replace the Tormentor. You keep it exactly the same, other than you replace it
With Roshana.
with Roshana.
Yeah.
That's right. Man, we're on the same wavelength.
Oh, nice.
Look at
And
that.
what does Roshana do? What's this top-down going?
It just drops a shard. It's the same thing. It's
So-
literally the same thing. It's just people aren't excited to kill a cube. They want to kill Roche's sister or wife, or both if you're from Alabama. If you
Okay.
just joined us, that joke was told about 30 seconds ago. Just want to make sure that everybody that's tuning in now
It's good enough to repeat it.
understands it. Okay, just making sure. I'm from America, of course, so I can say that. Not from Alabama per se, but I
Yep.
could be. You can't prove it otherwise. Go ahead, Synderen. Break that down. And wait, go back to the statue. Who is this guy? Who is this guy?
That's Aghanim.
No, it is not Aghanim. What is this?
Oh! Wait,
Do
don't
we have
tell
a
me.
counter?
This is
Oh, we don't have a counter?
I wish they had a counter. That would be great.
I mean,
I think I'm winning.
no, there's
Really?
no way. There's no. You really think so?
I think I did.
Wow. Maybe I'm wrong. I feel like for sure it's me. But
It's like we're really trying to talk ourselves up like it's a good thing.
wait, it depends. Does the S word, I'm not going to say it because it counts as a swear in some countries. Does that count? Because I don't think it does. If you can say something on American TV without being bleeped, it's not a swear word.
Okay.
Okay?
That's a very interesting moral compass to have.
Yeah. Well, America is very moral.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. No, so, okay. Why is this not... I think this is Aghanim before he was cursed.
What do you mean? He doesn't have tentacles.
It's a curse. He wasn't
Wait.
always like that.
Wait, is that actually part of the lore?
I don't know, but it sounds believable to me.
You actually gaslighted me into believing that. There's no.
No,
way this is Aghanim.
I'm... Okay.
You know, I think
it's Aghanim.
I think it's just Jesus. You know,
Yeah. I think that's definitely more likely than what I suggested.
Valve always loved being as controversial as possible. It's definitely
Yeah.
a real life
If
religious
there's something
figure.
Valve love bringing into their games, it's religion and politics. That is definitely... Oh, look!
Oh, look, there's a
the-
drain.
The sewers!
Wow.
No.
That
They-
is gonna
They
be
have already
expanded.
prepared the sewers.
Yeah. They. Oh God. What is?
Oh,
What's
we're going.
inside there?
We're going into
What
the
is that?
toilet. We're in the toilet.
Is that what I think it is, Synderen?
Is that a cube? Where is this on the map?
Wow. This is an Easter egg that's really not interesting at all, but we're trying to make it.
Wait, where? Okay, where? Oh,
Whoa,
so it's
there's
through, it is through
clipping.
the pipe.
Okay.
I'm telling you. Okay, well, the sewers need some work, but
Oh, that's a nice view, though.
that is the entrance to the sewers. They have it.
That's a I like this.
They have
viewpoint
planned
quite a
it.
bit. And that's beautiful. Just gorgeous. Look at the detail. Can't even tell the difference between real life and fantasy anymore with how many polygons are available to Valve. Source 3 coming out this year, of course.
Oh, look, it's Aghanim again.
No, it's not. And why are there a bunch of the same dude? He has a cup.
Maybe it's the old shopkeeper.
Oh, I actually missed that guy. What was his name? It was Quirrell and Squirt or something like that, right?
I don't think it was Squirt, but you
I think
never
it was
know.
Squirt without the S.
Quirt?
Yeah.
I
The only
don't-
reason I remember is because of Squirt. So, I mean, that makes sense, right? That doesn't count as a swear word, does it?
Didn't you say the S word?
That is true.
Okay, how many of this dude is there?
Dude, they're scattered I promise you, this is going to be something that will come up later. Like in the future, this character, whoever it is
Oh,
gonna
that
show up
statue
in
is
some
cool.
way.
This one is the only one of that type, though, right?
Yeah, that used to be part of those areas that had auras, right? And now they got rid of that. We never remember the names. Nobody ever bothered.
This is Razor's cousin. Laser. Oh, there he is.
This one's lopsided.
There it is. Aghanim
Wow.
looking at what modern art is amazing. This is I call this piece Aghanim looks at Aghanim,
That's great.
or Jesus squared.
It's not Aghanim.
Alternative title.
For
Jesus.
God's sake. We know it's not Aghanim. There's a great detail again.
Okay,
We
this
can
makes
do
me
this.
wonder, did they make this, they wanted to have like placeholder statues in the game, and they made this, and it was meant to be like 10 different ones, and
Yeah.
then they just put them in and never changed.
Yeah, the intern just like, you know what? They're never going to... Just copy paste this. Nobody will notice. And until now, nobody did. This is the first time anybody has noticed in the history of Dota. Oh, a full screen now. My goodness. Look at this. Exploring the map together. Wow.
Ooh. Honestly, it's incredible that you can have played this game for like tens of thousands of hours. I'm seeing a lot of stuff for the first time right now.
But this is a new map. A lot of this stuff probably wasn't even...
Well, I mean, that's fair. It's definitely been in for thousands of them, though.
I'm
a lot
shocked
of
that
it.
you haven't seen the drainage canals that are available throughout every game of Dota that you play. Yeah, let's explore a little more. We can get... It's a nice mountain range here. Very flat, actually. Not a lot of detail here. Somebody did not spend too much time on the areas that nobody would see until now.
There's the pogging polywog. Don't go too fast.
The cattail, hot dog.
Okay, he actually looks like he's like upset with the other polywog. Like it wants to steal his cattail.
It's more of
like,
a corn dog now that I look at
He's
it.
like, don't you fucking dare. What is that
Whoa,
guy
he's
doing?
stabbing him.
Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you. Why is the guy in the back just watching?
Yeah, that's pretty creepy.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, just be careful with the angle, observers, you know. Don't want to get the stream.
That guy is sussed out.
Yeah, don't want to. Oh, he's really, really angry. That's their grandpa.
Sus. Okay.
And the other two are bastard children of his son.
And also married.
Yeah, sure.
He's the Alabama
In
camp.
Alabama. Yeah, I think the next map for Dota is actually just going to be Alabama. Pretty sure.
Oh, where does this gate lead? This is a mausoleum, right?
Yeah, that might be necro related.
Oh.
Very pretty.
Oh, go through the door. Go through the door.
Maybe there's an Easter egg that nobody. Oh, what's in there? Looks
Nothing.
Like something. There's a butterfly.
Oh my
My
god.
immersion is ruined. What is this?
It's been stuck in there for years. Wait, there's
Jeez.
also one outside.
What do you mean years? Butterflies live like 3 days.
Well, not in there.
Oh, then maybe they should be in there.
Well, it's stuck. Oh, there's some.
What kind of berry is this? God, we are really scraping.
Oh, I
barrel.
love this. This is what are they called?
If I hear it, I'll know it's not cranberry.
It's not come to mind right now.
It's
Yeah,
a
if you
sweet-
zoom in a little bit more, we'll get it. Come on now. Yep, closer.
Is it something berry?
Red currant. Not really.
Okay.
These are the ones you have for Christmas, right? Is this mistletoe?
That is not a mistletoe.
It kind of looks like it.
I mean, Christmas is more cranberries, or maybe that's Thanksgiving.
Oh, these are the Christmas leaves with the red berries on them
Yeah.
that you don't eat. These are
Okay.
not for digestion.
Sure.
Oh my god, this is terrifying.
That is.
Juniper. That was my very first thought. I'm being told it's juniper. That was my very first thought. But I was like, that's something else.
Yeah, we have to give.
I don't speak
We have
English.
to give credit to production because
Yep.
Synderen did not think of that. Just want to throw
Okay,
that out there.
as you wish.
Synderen, of course, still owes me a $100 meal at some point.
How is this related to that?
It's just talking about the debts that you have.
Okay.
And to the Dire Ancient we go. And this is where the neutrals are kept, very safe, with the Centaur creep holding a hammer of some sort.
Oh.
The blacksmith Centaur.
Is that, wait, was that animated actually? Was that glowing somehow? Oh, it is.
I mean, it's
Got a little lava effect on it.
yeah. I
Wow.
wouldn't call that a glow necessarily, but
No, not really. It's just a... What's that dude called with the hammer? What do you think?
blacksmith Centaur. I mean,
That is honestly the most boring answer you could have possibly come up with. I'm impressed.
well, when it comes to these things that
Oh,
How many
are
times
there
have we
names on the
gone-
ages? Are the names in there? My immersion. They could at the very least do the names on
yeah,
this.
yeah,
That would actually be
that
kind
would
of
have
cool.
taken
No joke.
very little time.
That would have been kind of cool.
Not really.
No?
No,
I think that would be cool.
because nobody would have known until now.
That's why Easter eggs are cool.
Depends on if they're
Have you played Animal well?
no.
There's some insane secrets in that game you will never discover on your own, except if you're Pirate Software.
Go back to
In
the
which case you will just figure it all out on your own.
Go back to
Randomly,
the-
you'll just go AFK.
Senator, I don't
You'll
know.
come back 5 minutes later and you just figured out a puzzle that took the community 3 weeks to do.
Senator, we've known each other how many years now?
Too many.
How have you not learned when I'm not listening to you anymore? I've given up on that. Whatever.
Why
that
do you think
topic
I'm
was.
talking to you?
Okay. Go back to the ancient, please.
I'm talking to
Yeah.
production. I'm having a good time. I'm vibing with them.
Look at this.
That's a beautiful dragon.
Wasn't this supposed to be temporary? People got mad and they made it permanent, right? The cosmetic.
Oh, did they actually end up making it permanent?
I mean, it's still here.
Wait. Larla's saying go when ready. Go! We're going!
I want to talk more, though. And we're back into the game. If you forgot it, this is game number... Fuck! All right, add that to the swear list. Sorry about that, production. So back to the discussion about cosmetics. All right, I do feel like this game's going to start soon, so let's get back into casting modes.
You think so? Oh, look at Doracho. It looks very nice. He's got a nice little
So
plus one.
let's set the table again for the state of the game. It's 3 minutes in, so there's really not that much to talk about.
Yep.
But what was the sum it up again for the people that are just joining us? Because we've obviously gained thousands of viewers since we've been talking about absolutely nothing.
Yeah. So first of all, welcome to the new million viewers tuning in during our podcast here. We appreciate having you here. This is The secondary entertainment here is this game between Spirit and Tundra that has been paused for a while. The winning team will go to the top 3 of this tournament. The losing team will be 4th place and will be knocked out. And this is the final and 3rd game of a best-of-3 series, so there will be no more games after this.
That's right.
Except if it gets remade and starts over, which has historically happened in very recent times.
Yep.
We do not hope and do not think that will happen today.
Now, there isn't first blood.
There is no
There has
first
not been a
blood.
kill.
That is correct. That's
And
why the score is 0-0. That is the numbers in the top. If you're
Yeah,
tuning in,
that's right.
we're getting a lot of non-Dota viewers right now because word is spreading about how incredible this stream is right now. In the top center, you can see the time. There's 3 minutes and 6 seconds is how much time has elapsed since
That's right.
the laning started. Laning is where the creeps are units that start fighting, leaving the base.
Please, no.
And you see these little yellow boxes next to the sun. The sun in the top means that it's daytime, and the yellow boxes is how many games each team has won.
Yep, keep going.
Which is
Don't
1-1.
Don't stop. I'm close, Synderen. Keep going.
That is fucked up.
Swear word for you. You're losing now. Because I decided you're losing. But yeah, if this ended up getting remade for whatever reason, typically, and I'm not saying that, we have no information on this.
There could be a full redraft is what you're getting at?
Well, no, I think this stands for a non-redraft, actually, and you just lane in the same lanes. to
Right,
start the
because
game.
no kills have,
That has occurred
That's
before.
fair.
I mean, that's occurred in games that are 10 minutes in, and there's been kills. That has happened before. But I don't know what the ratio is exactly.
No.
As we're seeing the upside down Aghanim/Jesus. Undecided which one that
Tundra are ready. Finally.
We're
Tundra,
all ready for this
Tundra,
to
we've
end.
been waiting for you for 30 minutes, and now you're finally ready?
А ну, кыш отсюда.
Делай,
Yeah.
Кто такой? А ну,
Get your
делай.
packet loss together, gentlemen. What does Chotam mean?
I am Googling this.
Okay.
I'm translating it.
Yeah, live translation from Synderen. So
Translate from
PC restarted 10 times.
Vietnamese. I do not think that's what the Racho is speaking
Well, you
right now.
never
Let
know.
me try another language here.
never know.
He says what it means what's up there. So probably what's up, I'm guessing.
Okay, there's more. There's more.
So he's saying sup.
There's Larla Jadem.
Probably something with Laurel.
Okay, just
Laurel, we are waiting. So I guess we are waiting for Laurel.
all right. Laurel is
Puck.
in the bathroom, probably.
Could be.
All right, back to the actual state of the game, though, because I have a strong feeling that it's going to start soon, Synderen.
Okay.
I really believe that we're going to get out of here and not be able to get any food. That's what I believe. Production's asking us what we want to eat.
I could amaretto sour wouldn't be bad right now. I'm feeling hungry, Shannon. I could go for an amaretto right now.
No, we're not going to eat at the game. I feel like I would take advantage of that too much. As long as there's something open when we're done.
Do you ever
we're gonna
eat
be-
while playing video games?
No, actually, never.
Do you ever eat and not watch a show in the meantime when you're
Very
at home?
uncommon.
So what other stuff do you do while eating when you do not watch a show? Because when I eat, I'm either watching something, either Twitch, or I'm watching something on the TV.
Right.
Almost exclusively
Yeah,
those two.
95% of the time that is true. The other 5%, I just have a meeting I need to be at.
You just eat and you have a meeting. Okay.
Yeah. And I just make ASMR noises for everybody to hear while I'm slurping down.
Can you try it?
Delicious
can you,
soup.
Can you show me your best ASMR noises? Okay. Do you want to
do you
hear
think?
mine?
Yeah. Okay.
Do you like that?
No, not really.
No? I call it the champagne cork.
Oh, I was thinking something else. The later it gets, the worse my mind becomes.
Yeah, you'd think it's impossible, but
Yeah.
it can get even worse than this.
Yeah, that's true. That's why I gotta pump myself with energy, you know?
Lifestealer upside down kind of looks like a bat.
Okay, that's
Actually.
that's probably the most uninteresting thing that's been said during this long pause. And
I
that
knew
is
I was
saying
going to win
something.
eventually.
It has been something else.
At
to
least
talk
I'm
to you.
first in something.
That's true. You're first at being last.
This is... This looks like a crab.
That's AA.
I know. Looks like,
Just so you know, Cinder, there's cosmetics in the game that change the way the
Oh.
heroes look drastically.
sorry, I can't see shapes.
AA becomes a pyramid for some reason.
Oh.
So just to let you know, in case, the new players out there that are joining us. Of course, Dota gets a lot of new players every day because it's a very friendly game, very friendly community.
Yeah.
Having said that, playing other games, competitive games, Dota is actually on the more friendly side, believe it or not.
I believe it.
I'm not kidding.
No, I'm not
gonna
kidding
throw-
either. Why do you have to?
Synderen,
Okay.
I'm not kidding here,
All right.
okay?
Okay.
I play other games.
Which ones?
There's another Valve game.
Artifact?
It's called Counter-Strike.
Oh.
And,
Underlords?
well, yeah, those don't exist anymore.
What was your favorite Valve game that was not Artifact, Dota 2, or Counter-Strike?
Oof. There's not many to choose from.
There's Half-Life, Half-Life
Yeah.
2, Team Fortress 2, Ricochet, lest we forget.
Well,
Glorious best game of all time, Ricochet.
yeah, I would say original Half-Life then.
Original Half-Life, okay.
I was a beast, Synderen.
Yeah?
Had a ball mouse,
Oh,
really crappy computer, and I was a master at the shotgun. Double-barreled shotgun.
can I just say, now that you just reminded me of something that's very dear to my heart when you said ball mouse.
Yeah.
You know those little, the laptops that have that little red dot that you can use as a mouse?
Trackball. Or-
That is, there are people that use that and like it.
Yes, I know.
How is that possible?
I don't know.
I am shocked that that is a thing. There are people that prioritize that over using, there are people that have that and a mouse pad next to it,
Yeah.
and they use the trackball or
Yeah.
whatever you called it.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
unbelievable.
I actually don't know if that's what it's called, because I think trackball might be the mice that you hold with your hands, and you have the big ball that you move.
Whoa, whoa,
with
whoa!
your
I'm
thumb.
hearing stuff.
What do we have coming in
What's this?
here? Oh,
We're getting it delivered.
goodness.
Oh, it's a beer.
Heineken. Wow.
I was gonna say
That's two for Synderen.
I was gonna say unspecified beer brand, but we're just right on there.
Unsponsored alcoholic beverage.
Oh, they're open. They have a meat hook.
All right, you can let Synderen
Yo,
drink
can we
that.
show this on camera? I want to show this. Okay, you guys need to see this.
All right, hold on.
This is a sick opener. Yo, can I have the bottle too? Oh, we need to not show the branding though, I believe. So this could be any beer really. You see this? Look at this opener.
It's a hook.
It's the Pudge hook.
That's
Oh,
sick.
I hope it's easy to open with. Oh, that was very easy. Very
Wow,
nice.
incredible.
Well, cheers,
I don't
everybody.
drink beer, but thank you so much. He will double fist during the cast.
I don't know if I will do that.
He's
They did
gonna
not have a
double fist
Morito.
it.
Sorry?
Yeah, double fist it, Synderen.
I'm not going to drink 2 beers at once.
Is he allowed to drink on camera? He can. Wow, this is amazing. I've never. Wow, chug it. Chug. Chug. Don't stop. Don't stop. Stop looking at me. That's so weird. Why are Why are you looking at me? Well, I'm looking. Okay. Yep. Keep it going. Did you guys know that Synderen cannot belch? Literally incapable. So he could actually chug this, and nothing would happen. Isn't that right? Keep going. All right, they're really tired of seeing us on camera. They vetoed that hard. Really hard. All right, well, I don't know how much longer this pause is going to go, but I'm committed to this. I'm committed to the cause.
To what?
To whatever this is. Whatever this has become.
This is a big bottle. This size, I don't think exists in Denmark. This is a double.
I've also never seen that.
It's a 2/3 liter bottle.
Yeah, it's meant for multiple people.
No. Well, no, but it's literally just a double beer. That's interesting. It's a weird size.
Yeah. Well, you're a weird guy.
That is not untrue.
Okay. Well, at least you admit it. Past the denial stage. That's the important part.
I will say though, I do love that we were asked, "What would you like to eat?" And then
Yeah, and you
the
said
ultimate
amaretto sour.
ultimate outcome is a big beer. I think that is
Yeah, that's fine.
that's wonderful. Well, we didn't ask for food, so
No.
we can't complain.
And if you're just joining us again, Synderen made sure that we had to pause this game. He went up to all the pro players and said, please pause, so that he could get a beer delivered on stream.
I think maybe we should offer these beer to the players as well.
Oh, that's true.
Just
I don't know. I feel like casters talking to players during a game might be taboo.
Oh, well, we could have other
Call me
people do it.
crazy, of course.
We could have other people do it.
Sure. Sure. As we have a full disconnect and Radon's like, go try? Yeah, I think you can try.
That's funny.
Give it a whirl.
Oh,
What if, are we able to unpause ourselves?
no, not anymore.
Oh,
You can't finale
after the
anymore.
finale?
Yeah, it was taken out. Observers can't pause
That's
anymore.
unfortunate. Soxa making his way back in. Big reconnect from Saksa. Huge play from him. He's the first one on the side of Tundra. Dazzle's going to follow it up. Whitemon, the support Dazzle, by the way. You guys have been seeing a lot of mid Dazzle. Well, wait till you see support. Probably a lot worse.
Wait till you see Dazzle played in general tonight,
And they're
ladies
both
gentlemen.
out.
Oh, here comes Taracho.
Yep, he's trying.
The wise hunter knows patience.
He's primed and ready to go. In the laning stage, his favorite part of the game, he gets the right-click creeps and usually doesn't die.
He's out.
And unfortunate.
What if all of Tundra's players, this is like when a server is down in an MMORPG and they're just checking in to see if the game is played and it's not, and then they just leave again. So they keep trying to log in to see if there's a game state and there's not, so they just quit.
Yeah,
What if that's what's going on?
I think everybody should just quit out of this. We just play Counter-Strike, and that's how we decide game 3.
How about this for a tournament?
Yep.
The pro game triathlon, where the teams need to play Dota, Counter-Strike, and if it's a tie after those 2 games, they need to drink. It's,
boy.
Do you think that would be... Which team do you think would be the best in Dota at that triathlon?
I feel like it would be more fun if everybody's forced to drink first before the games start. Then
How do
they
you
play.
win?
Everybody wins.
Oh, that's actually true. The audience wins.
Yeah. And I know the player that you would think of that would be best at both of those.
S4.
Yeah.
Yeah, without a doubt.
He was really good at CS. Surprisingly. Oh, maybe not surprisingly. But
Okay, so out of active pro teams,
yeah.
which pro team... Okay, let's just say it's video games in general.
Okay.
Who do you think would be the best team at just any game?
What
If
does
you
that
had to-
mean, any game?
Like, let's just say these guys are obviously elite level Dota players. Let's say you take all the teams of this tournament and you throw them into a new video game that none of them have ever played before. Who do you think would be the best on day 1?
It would be the younger players.
The younger players?
Oh, 100%. No question.
I think there would be a decent chance more of the experienced players would be better because they would have played more different games.
Yeah, but they don't have like that same energy.
They just wouldn't care, is what you're
But,
saying.
I mean, the younger generation, they do tend to have ADHD a little bit more often, so that could sidetrack them. You know?
This is like the most random claim of all time. You
Yeah.
have nothing to back this up
Synderen,
except anime avatars. In
I'm not a
Grand-
psychiatrist, but here's my psychiatric advice.
Okay.
Okay, that's basically what I was saying.
What? Okay.
So we're waiting to see if the admins will give the go-ahead, and we'll try one more time. I think this game does make sense that we'll be playing 10 seconds at a time,
Yeah.
and we can break it apart that way. That way the VODs are very easy to digest because, like I said, the younger generation with the ADHD, if they're watching a 10-second video versus an hour, they're more likely to watch that 10 seconds. So if that 10-second video is broken up into 100 videos, that's going to be pretty good,
Yeah.
especially with the algorithm on YouTube. I mean,
Oh,
all they
yeah,
care about
that's
is
true.
time watched.
Isn't it 10 minutes that's the sweet spot right now, or was that last year's
I
meta?
couldn't tell you, Cinder. I could care less. It's just too much information. There's too many things
fair.
changing every year. As T-Gov has walked in for
Hey,
some reason,
yo,
he wants
you
the
want a
other
beer? Do you want
Take
it?
the other
You can
one.
have the other one.
Take the other one.
Do you have the... We need the hook opener. Do you want to drink it on camera?
Yeah, T-Gov, you want
It's
to
not
chug
an
that on
official
camera?
endorsement. We can just do you
Yeah,
want to
let's
you
get
need to
the
an
lights back
opener.
on, and it's
I don't-
only going to be
I don't-
T-Gov
I
in
don't
front of
have
the
the
camera,
open-
and he's going to chug this thing. Oh, he says he's not
Yo,
going to chug it, but he's going to
T
chug it.
just... Yo, you guys won't believe this. T just said he'll do a shoey live on cam.
And he's about to walk out the door.
You need the opener. You actually just wanted the beer.
All right, lights
the
are
lights
back
are on.
on.
There's
T-Gov.
no backing out now, T. We're ready for the
He's going
cinema.
to try to open it with his fingers.
That is very brave. I think it's a bad...
yeah,
I don't think they would
Bang it on
appreciate
the
you
table.
opening-
That's a
No,
good idea.
Probably not right. You can open it with this.
We'll wait
technically.
for
You're good at it.
production to come in with the or the bottle opener. Yeah, someone's coming. T-Gov, don't worry. Don't worry. You'll get this on camera. Your moment to shine. He just wanted the beer. He doesn't want to be on camera, but that's the price you pay.
I think he said, I just wanted the beer. I didn't want to talk to you.
Oh,
That's what he just said.
Okay, yeah.
But
Apologies. You get roped into this
What's that?
hour-long conversation.
I'm seeing literally thousands of messages in chat that are just pogging at the thought of you doing a shoey on camera.
There you go. Nobody can hear you, T-Gov. All right?
Do you want
Sorry.
to... You can be on mic. Here we go. All right. He said he doesn't
All
want
right,
to talk to
let's
chat.
get the cameras on. T-Gov is going to walk into the frame. Wait till you're on camera, young man. All right, we're going to commentate this. Synderen and SUNSfan. T-Gov has an unsponsored beer in his hands. He's going to get ready to chug it. There we go. Oh, that's a good start. That's a good start. Look at that gullet action. It's really going down smooth. He is actually chugging that way better than Synderen.
Dude, this is pretty high. This is pretty high
He's gonna get the whole thing.
APM.
It's gonna be pretty close. He's getting really close to finishing. I can't believe it. Holy shit! He's actually gonna finish the entire bottle. He's gonna get alcohol poisoning. He's done it. T-Gov! Nicely done, young man. Well done. Now get the fuck out of here.
Oh, wow. That was actually really impressive. He said he wanted a beer. Now he doesn't have a beer.
That's right.
He came in here to get a beer.
He didn't even get to enjoy it. All right, and back to our really boring conversation.
No, I'm nursing mine. I'm chill. I'm enjoying myself.
I'm gonna drink my drink, which is unsponsored as well. It's non-alcoholic.
Unsponsored.
It gives me energy though. So
Oh.
try it out. Usually that means you can talk, Synderen, and fill the time.
No, I'm just watching the replay of T emptying that beer. I'm actually quite impressed.
All right, well, why don't you commentate the commentating,
Commentate the what?
the replay?
Oh, the replay?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
You're
watching
casting
the
the
replay.
cast.
I'm watching the replay, so it's not live for the. You understand how replays work? Do you
I
know what
understand.
time is?
Synderen, like, I don't know how many times I have to say that we're scraping the barrel here. The barrel just got deeper, okay?
Oh.
And you're questioning why I'm doing things, okay? All right, they said go, then they said not yet. We are waiting for admins. Ah, okay. All right, so production is telling us the issue has been fixed for Tundra, and Spirit, or should have, quote unquote, fixed it for Tundra.
This is a good
Spirit will
suggestion
be
for
next.
33. I believe you used to work in IT support.
That's right.
And 33's suggestion was, did you restart 10 times?
So, funny
I think
story.
that's usually what you do.
And by funny, I mean not funny at all. But
Great. Just like the rest of this.
just like the rest of this abomination. But yeah, working in tech support, you would not believe how stupid people are. But I think these days...
I would believe.
No, that's the thing.
Okay.
This is 20 years ago.
Okay.
Saying that, like, oh, you wouldn't believe how... Now you would, because it's very obvious how stupid everyone is in the world. Everyone, including me, Synderen. It's self-deprecating.
Okay.
But restarting, it does fix most of the issues.
Yep.
It really does. It's a wonder drug, if you will. That's the story.
Okay. How about you restart this game then so it works?
No, we don't need to restart it.
Oh, so it does work.
Yeah, it'll work eventually.
Nice. All right.
If you hit it hard enough, it'll fix the RAM inside.
Are you sure you were IT support?
Something like that. You can download RAM, by the way.
We'll fix the RAM inside.
Yeah. Have you ever gotten a message to download more RAM, Synderen? That was an old phishing tactic back in the day.
Sure, that worked great on you.
Now, the only thing hitting your computer will do is, if you have an actual hard drive,
Yeah.
it'll fix the fans making noise sometimes. That's about it.
Yeah. It also
Otherwise,
works
it's
on the
bad.
fridge out here. That sometimes makes noise.
Yeah.
When you slam that a little bit on the side, it stops making that whirly sound for a
Right.
little bit. Yeah, T-Goff showed me that live hack.
Yeah, that's good. That sounds really useful.
Yeah.
And we're back to Jesus' face.
All right.
Jesus Aghanim,
It's...
the hybrid.
What is he holding? Is it a book or is it... I actually can't tell what he's holding.
It's
it
a
a weapon?
tablet. No, it's not. It's a stick.
It's... Oh, it is a stick. It's Aghanim.
Come on, dude. There's no way. Doesn't even look remotely the same, even if there's a curse upon him. Unless the Aghanim we've seen is younger and more lively, and then he gets turned back into more human without the tentacles or
Like
whatever.
Kid Invoker.
Sure. Yeah, why don't you tell everybody why you hate Kid Invoker so much and why you hate children in general?
Okay, that's a bit uncalled for and untrue.
Well, partially untrue.
What do you mean partially untrue? Okay, the Kid Invoker part, you
Yeah,
mean? Okay,
exactly.
all right.
That's how you get people with
That's like
clickbait, Synderen.
partially untrue.
That's how you get people.
I was like, what have
You
I
need to learn
said?
how to survive in today's day and age.
Okay, I will say I hate kids crying on the airplane. That is actually very annoying.
I have great
That is-
earphones.
That is annoying.
noise
But I think that's
canceling.
annoying to most people.
I love
That doesn't make me a bad person. I want to establish this, Janet. I'm not a bad person. I think you... Can I get a hell yeah on that?
Do you think that
right, never
anyone
mind.
thinks they're a bad person, though? Think about it for a second.
Sorry? Okay.
Production is telling us that Team Spirit is back in, and in about a minute, we're going to give it another whirl.
Do you want to count down together?
No, not really. Production's telling Synderen to shut the hell up.
Oh, finally.
Thank you for that, production. Yeah, we'll see if this go around will be successful or not, and this podcast will come to an end. This has got to be one of the worst ones we've run, I think. Thanks to our Patreon members, of course. Shout out to T Coil and Yatoro does it against Synderen.
Can we get a fun fact from Mr. Niebling, please?
Yeah, seriously, Niebling, come on.
All right.
Yes. Usually when somebody says that.
No, I'm looking at this face.
Oh, God, here we go again.
Okay, I see myself.
What?
I have resting indifferent face. You know,
Okay.
some people call it resting bitch face. I don't, because that's a bad word, and I'm no bitch.
Well, you just said.
Okay.
That's 2 bad words for Synderen.
Well, I gotta get up the tally.
Yeah, of course. Are you going to continue talking? What
No,
is
that's it.
this?
That's it.
This is the worst anecdote. Again, you keep
No,
making the barrel deeper and deeper.
No, you taught me this. You told me. You built up this whole Roshana thing, and then there was no point. So this is my version of it, okay? This is literally what you just did.
Yeah, but then I got to make
No, you
an
did.
Americans are stupid joke. That's okay.
Based on Roshana?
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't listening.
Oh, the Alabama thing.
Oh.
You need me to say that a 3rd time? It's fine. We'll get through this together, everybody. All the viewers here, the very few of you that have stuck around, you're in it with us. Synderen and SUNSfan, and we're gonna cast this game and continue this, even if it kills us. And if it does, then we'll be replaced by T-Gov, who it will be drunk by now, of course.
Ooh. Yeah.
How are you feeling?
Gotta be kicking in soon. I'm doing great.
How many of those would it take to get you drunk?
It really depends how much I've eaten before.
Okay, that obviously I'm talking about the current state of things, Synderen. Always so analytical.
I have not eaten much today. It's probably just two or three of these.
Just 2 or 3? I'd be done after 1.
Yeah, but I'm Danish. We have a light. You train your entire life.
Okay,
for this.
that's racist.
This is actually the Olympics.
That's
I can
racist.
say that because I'm Danish. You can make Alabama jokes. I can joke about drinking.
That's fair.
It's a
You guys have an Alabama equivalent in Denmark?
No, I'm sorry to say that's,
that's
we don't
too
do
bad.
those over here.
That's unfortunate. What, your family?
we don't generally. That's not really
Yeah.
a common topic.
Yeah,
I must say.
that's fair. That's fair. That's probably off topic in general. But that's the state of this cast, apparently.
All right, I see T-Gov writing in chat, and he's already making typos. So I think the beer is kicking in.
Okay, yeah. What's he saying?
He wrote -d-tart instead of start, and then he corrected himself afterward.
Oh, I see. Okay,
So-
yeah. He's plaster then.
He's
sure.
he's writing -begin now.
I mean, he's British, so he can handle his liquor up to a point, right?
That's racist. You can't say
Yeah,
that.
that's true. I'm not British. I can't say
That's
that.
right.
I apologize to all the British people out there.
Yeah, British are apparently a race now. So
Well, everything's a race now, Synderen. We're in Dota. Okay, there's polywogs. There's underwater.
oh, the
creatures.
squirrel is back.
Oh yeah. Well, it hasn't moved because we've been paused for an hour. In case you missed it, everybody. For everybody new in here, that's what's happening.
It's kind of cute though.
Leave me alone.
Not really.
No? This reminds me. The squirrel. This really reminds me of Generation 1 Pokemon. And like number of polygons, overall look.
I wouldn't know.
You've never played Pokemon.
We've had this. How many times do we have to have this conversation?
All right, let's have it again.
I have not
What's your
played
favorite Pokemon?
Well, Squirtle, just because the name's amazing.
Okay,
And
I
it
mean, that's
reminds me of the side shopkeeper
All right.
named Cordle, I think.
I think.
Yeah, I think so. Pretty sure that's right. Is that the extent of your topic here?
That's good enough.
Okay. What's your favorite game of all time that's not Dota 2?
Vanilla World of Warcraft.
I don't know why I even asked. I already knew that.
Okay, great question. What's yours? That isn't Counter-Strike.
Heroes
Because
of,
Counter-Strike ahead of Dota 2. Obviously.
Heroes of New Earth.
Heroes of New Earth? Okay,
Yeah.
all right. That doesn't count. It's
That doesn't count.
no, that's close. That's too close to Dota. What's your favorite game of all time that isn't Counter-Strike or Dota? Or Heroes?
Or Heroes.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a tough one, Synderen. You really got me in a pickle here.
Is it Fable?
No. It
No.
was great. Jade Empire was also a thought, but no.
Okay.
Honestly, it might be Hades.
That is
Maybe.
also a very good choice.
Maybe Hades.
I fuck with that.
It's that's
See how I
first
snuck
word.
in an F word there?
Yeah,
That's
good job.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
keep that counter going, everybody. If somebody could go back throughout the VODs of all of our casts so far and then count the swear words,
Across our entire career.
our careers as well, if you
Oh,
have
you
time.
would probably have a lot from back in the Han TriCast, wouldn't you?
The Han track? No.
No?
Yeah. Yeah, that
You
was-
probably, the vibe I was getting from those back then.
Yeah, no, actually, that's not true. I didn't curse very much back in the day
No?
until I met my wife. She
Oh.
has a potty mouth, as they would say.
Honestly, to me that's a green flag. That's good.
That's a green flag.
Yeah,
really.
that's
So I was, let's say, 25 when I met her.
Okay.
So at that point, I was actually not cussing at all.
Okay.
Because it was very bad in my family to cuss. Like, we wouldn't even say the word fart, for example.
Wow.
Believe it or not. Like, everything
When they
was a
said
curse
don't
word.
use the F word, that was the one you guys were
I'm not
talking
kidding.
about.
That's why.
So what did you say then?
That's why what the horse is a thing, because I would actually implement horse into some
I have
of
to
these.
go outside and horse.
No.
Was what you said.
No. Horse was, the F word, I guess. What the horse?
Okay, but what was
Instead
your
of
word?
WTF,
What was
it's
your word
WTH.
for fart?
It's a Farsi word.
Oh, you used a Farsi word instead.
Yeah. Which
A
just-
fartsy word, if you will.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, the
Oh!
unpause! I'm hearing. I
Oh!
forgot what it was like to watch Dota. Will we have a pause in the next 5 seconds? We'll find out very shortly. We're back into the game. Game number 3 between Team Spirit and Tundra.
Okay, this is the longest sequence we have
We're good.
played in the last hour.
We're good.
10 seconds of lane gameplay. I completely forgot we were doing this, actually.
What heroes are being played? Where are we?
Okay.
Now you can answer that question that I asked in the beginning.
I'm hesitating to answer anything right now because I feel like the pause is imminent, but it's just not coming.
It's
We're
not.
It's real.
Production are gods. They fixed the issue. Knock on wood. Synderen?
It's happening. Nobody's complaining. We're good. Everything's fixed.
Ooh,
except
courier
Laurel's
kill.
courier. Laurel's courier is not fixed and will be sent back to base.
That's a tango. That's a ward. Root. Going to be applied a little bit of pressure by Dyrachyo. A lot of pressure, in fact. He's going to get fed a Lotus, and there's the aphotic shield
A
from Collapse.
Photic shield. We talked about, okay, I mean, I was gonna say we talked about this and it's been like an hour, but.
Yeah, 1 hour ago when this game started.
We talked about how this offlane Abaddon will be very good against the 5 Dazzle, because what 5 Dazzle does is Poison Touch and pressures the lane with that together with the carry, but just dispel it on Collapse. And you can see Whitemon is just gonna hold on to that the whole time, waiting to hope, kind of hoping that they can just force out the aphotic shield prior and then cast it after. But it's going to be difficult to do with a lifestealer. It's not like he's going to hit the Abaddon hard enough to really force out a shield.
Yeah, we should mention the CS in the mid lane, which somehow in the hour pause...
Did not change. That's crazy.
No, we didn't mention it once. Radon, though, Yatoro, going to be fed a Lotus, but he is going to get first blood. We do have a kill in this game, and it is Saksa taking it. Good start for Tundra. I can't even say start without laughing. Laurel in the mid lane, 25-3 CS. We might have some action up here. Whitemon, he's going to be okay. Poison Touch.
Yep, there's the
Always
aphotic shield.
The aphotic shielded off.
They're actually doing surprisingly good damage up here on the side of Tundra. I guess Dyrachyo is just... we were looking at this mainly through the scope of Dazzle can't really harass that hard, but they also, in turn, can't do very much to the lifestealer.
Yeah.
He's just hitting them non-stop. If he trades away, you can heal him with Shadow Wave, and you're obviously going to lifesteal some, and... yeah. Rue will keep trying to steal some gold from him with the Janata. Is Whitemon preparing to go to the 6-minute rune? No, never mind. He turned around, heading back over, and now Collapse potentially going to chase him down here.
He's going to start the
I don't know
chase.
if Rue can reach here.
Can
He
he
probably
catch up?
can.
The water, though. The water's
Oh.
making him so quick. Unbelievable.
I'm surprised they didn't keep chasing down the river.
Yeah, because they also get that speed boost, Synderen.
That is correct. Both teams can.
Unbelievable. Well, the 6-minute rune will be bottled by BZM. It's the shield rune, so he is going to be virtually unkillable.
All right, hear me out. As Laurel will survive
Yeah.
this. What if the movement speed in the water was less than it is now, but it was tied to having something under your control to get the move speed?
What does that mean, tied to something? Like a watcher?
Yeah, well, not the Watchers, but let's say you control the Watcher in an area and therefore you get the move speed bonus
Yeah,
in the water.
let's get more objectives on the map.
Yep. Love that.
Terrific.
I thought you were the one who liked the
I mean,
objectives,
I
and I was the one who didn't.
I just don't know how I feel in general. It's just, it feels very meh as a... Just
Oh, you mean about Dota?
Of course not, Synderen. We haven't gone sub-tick, so everything's fine here.
All right.
Now, Yatoro playing the Ursa, in case you forgot.
Yeah, I actually do remember this now that you say it.
He will be going Battle Fury.
Yeah. Pretty
As
standard.
The shrines will come.
The meta did not change in the last hour. It would have been interesting if the teams started building completely different items.
Well, you don't know that for sure. It could have changed in the last hour. They had a lot of time to talk. 33. I mean, this is a hero that when he gets to around this level, Beastmaster can be very intimidating. Now, how does an Ursa feel about a Beastmaster in this kind of stage? It looks like he's kind of scared.
Oh, that was bad timing on the jump, actually.
Blood grenade. Radon, is he going to die again? Yes.
Yep.
33 will claim it this time.
The last pick, Beastmaster, mad impact so far. The dust is going to miss on Rue. He did cut up to the northeast, but still, this bottom lane is going really, really well for the Beast. And along with that, of course, we already covered the tiny winning mid against Puck. And the top lane, is it fair to say Tundra are kind of winning all 3 lanes, at the very least by a decent-ish margin?
Oh, we got the coil. The shield rune is already gone. Miposhka and Radon coming to play. The toss-up.
Some big-ass
Whitemon is in the area. Does he have Grave? He does. Does he need to even use it? A nice avalanche. BZM will eventually get Grave, but I'm not sure if he can get out of this.
I'm sure he can't.
Radon and Miposhka finish the job. Laurel secures the regen rune. That is a very good turn of events for Spirit.
And it's not obvious to make this move. Let's keep that in mind. Radon TP'd mid and ganked on the carry.
Yep.
Minute 8. He went for that play and is, in the meantime, giving Rue a little bit of space bottom on the bounty hunter. And as a matter of fact, he's not even interested in heading back there. He's just jungling for the time being on Ursa. So this way, you get faster track. Ursa is safer at farming, but he will get less GPM for sure than with the laning. And also, he doesn't have any lifesteal, so... Well, what did he just get? He got the Ripper's Lash with health on it.
And 33 now level 6, as Saksa will run into Miposhka and Rue. That will lead to his death. Lose Your Orb actually finishes the job as Whitemon. With the Poison Touch onto Miposhka. BZM looking for a toss target. He'll get it. Down goes Miposhka, so 1 for 1. Good rotations here. 33, just checking in the pit, just in case. Rue on the high ground. He should be able to get out just fine. There's another
33 looking to...
Oh, a dust. Rue finally found.
Yeah, he's done for.
He has Roar, doesn't need to use it. That's an easy pickoff for Tundra. Nice job from Saksa.
And they're going to turn this into a push. This is such a fast Helm of the Dominator. This game could snowball out of control for Tundra right now. But this Dom, the level 4 summons on 33, they don't really have the best heroes at dealing with this. We haven't talked about that too much, but like if 33 has this dream of a start, who's going to sit down here? Parking your Puck bottom sounds really bad. So I think Laurel will want to get the hell out of here ASAP, and just maybe Rue just sits here and leeches and you just accept you're going to lose the tower. Definitely not ideal. And in the meantime, BZM also putting pressure onto mid together with Whitemon. And of course, this is the luxury you have when Lifestealer has a totally free lane, right? You can just sit up there. Doesn't care about a bad end. They're both just farming, whatever. Means everyone else is free to move.
There's the roar. And Rue will be the recipient. He's going to die easily as the coil comes out, but...
Oh, Collapse TPing for
33
this.
is going to be not so fine, actually. The Waning Rift brings it back into the arms of Laurel as Whitemon's going to TP into the bot. Saksa going to get graved and should be able to TP out.
Yeah.
So 1 for 1 in favor of Spirit this time. Although Collapse is...
he has a skill point
The
available.
Global Silence has popped. And that will be in a defensive measure to get Collapse and company away, although he has to be careful. How is that enough damage? It's a double damage. Oh dear. BZM with the tree toss.
And you could tell Collapse wasn't expecting that to kill him because he didn't even skill his ulti.
Yeah, true.
He didn't even skill it after he died. We've seen that earlier this tournament where the players are a little bit slow to react but still skill it.
Well, I didn't think it was going to kill him either. He didn't see that there was a damage rune. That's the issue. Man, that is really, really unlucky.
Mid lane Rue tossed into tower range. No avalanche follow-up though. That was used to set up the toss and the tree throw. Not quite enough.
And he's continuing the chase as BZM, but avalanche not going to be there. So remind me, because I've forgotten already. Is this the same game where someone said Tundra needs to get off to a good start? They need to survive the laning stage?
There's been 2 of those games this series, I think.
Okay. Was this one of them?
Yep.
Okay.
This one and the previous one, I
It looks
believe.
like they've survived the laning stage.
Oh, not just survived it. I mean, I don't think the angle was that... When you say they need to survive the laning stage, it sounds like they're on the back foot.
No. Yeah,
I think their lineup in this game is supposed to play from ahead, so the lanes need to go well so that they can really keep playing aggressively. Because ultimately the Puck, the Ursa, and the Abaddon will be tough kills for this lineup down the stretch, but when you're playing the Dazzle 5 especially, you're not going to have that high sustained damage in the mid-game portion.
Yep.
But the lanes, I would say overall for Tundra have definitely gone according to plan, if not even better. 33 on the last pick, Beastmaster. I did not think his game was going to be this good. He is
he's beasting it
so
up.
rich.
Not that far away from a Helm of the Overlord.
Yeah, just probably a minute away. That's going to be a 14-minute Overlord. Really, really good timing here.
And they're going to be kind of setting up for the next couple minutes when the Tormentor spawns. It's going to be a really late spawn for the Tormentor Center, an hour and 15 minutes I think it's going to be.
Yep.
Since the game started at least.
Let's see if the teams have timed it.
Yeah, this will be tough. Rue finally level 6, so has his track. Sock's only level 5 right now. He really needs to leech a little bit of XP here. Does hit level 6 now with the D-wards.
Yep. And there's also going to be a Wisdom coming up very soon, so then he's probably going to crack 7 unless this somehow gets stolen by Rue, but he doesn't seem to be planning to even go there at the time, for the time being.
Yep, 33 just occupying this side of the map, knowing that there's going to be possibly a big fight in the near future.
Abaddon. This should be able to force his ult, and they're waiting on follow-up here. Oh, he killed
Gets
the
a nice
courier.
little courier. Very good steal.
But
And
Collapse.
Dyrachyo chasing. He doesn't really have much damage. As Collapse will pop his ult a little early. And here comes the knuckle projection from Dazzle. As the creeps will ravage and Collapse stuck in a corner, taken out by BZM. But meanwhile, Radon forcing out a fortification in the mid lane. This should be a freebie for Spirit.
Yep. And we'll go to Radon himself. So I believe that is a completed Battle Fury. 14 minutes. Not
Oh, that's
amazing,
That's nice. Rue.
but also not bad.
They have a sentry. Oh, they have the dust. There's the roar. Wrong place, wrong time, my friend. Did get a decent amount of XP, though, from this.
Yeah, he was just trying to leech. I feel like if you're trying to leech here, there's a much safer position to take. If you realize you're kind of getting away with it, maybe you want to inch a little bit off to the left or go south, closer to the Watcher, but like you said, he got a decent chunk of it regardless, but the kill kind of makes it not worth it in the end.
At Tundra, they're smoked with 3. They're going to try to occupy this area that we've been talking about, the Tormy time. And the thing is, Dyrachyo is kind of close to Radiance, and by kind I mean he has it now. Goes to the secret shop, and this is a huge power spike for Tundra. I mean, you talked about the Battle Fury on Yatoro, but that's not the same as a Radiance.
No, definitely not. He needs to keep farming for a bit. I think this Tormentor is just, I would say, in concede territory for Spirit. I think it's a little bit tough to fight right now with how the early lanes went. Well, they can bait out some spells there with the illusion nicely done from Laurel. But this, the Ancient Black Dragon already, this is a problem. It's just going to keep pushing this wave. It's going to make the team fight a lot harder if Spirit were to take it. But they're kind of just stalling for time. And now, maybe they're planning something against Dyrachyo here.
Dyrachyo.
Silence.
Yeah, the silence to start. There's the coil.
Global.
And the global. He might be dead here. It's going to be close.
Oh!
And get his infest off onto the creep at the last moment as the Tormentor's being taken out. While this is happening, he'll jump out. The creep will die. Dyrachyo,
Waning Rift?
is he possibly going to get out of this? The open wounds onto Laurel.
Dude, there's no way he lives here.
The Radiance
Oh my
aggroing
God.
the creeps. Is he fine? Dyrachyo, he's going to be met by the rest of his team. Unbelievable. He
And
based
this-
out a bunch of spells. They get Whitemon with the shard. AA Blast. Not sure what that hit.
Well, they're on the same team, so.
I know, but where did I heard it? Where did it go?
They did a camp next to the lifesteal
Oh.
or something, but
All right.
wow. They got the Tormentor for free this way.
Yeah, that was huge for Tundra.
And that was a very, very close call on the kill. Maybe slightly better execution was possible for Spirit there. But that's a huge kill to avoid, and they're going to turn this immediately into a top tier 2 push, knowing that these spells are down. No global, no coil. Feels very hard for Spirit to fight right now, so Tundra piling on the pressure.
Oh, well, Dyrachyo doesn't have Infest this time. But do they have the damage? The blood grenade, the track?
Dude, surely not again.
Illusory
right?
orb is coming. Duracho, can you do it again? No. Waning Rift is enough. They find the distance. Nothal projection used.
Yeah, now
Defensive
Spirit might
measure
just
here.
chase them.
Yeah, and this
Kill the
ancient
dragon.
black dragon is dead. BZM
Collapse is not
thinking
evolved.
about initiating. Laurel's going to get the Waning Rift and a coil onto 2. They're both going to snap it. They're going to focus down the Dazzle first, it looks like. But the Abaddon's the one that has to be careful. Collapse just gets collapsed. Whitemon, TP out, successful. As 33 taking the brunt of the damage from Radon. He's going to get pushed back by the Wild Wing Ripper. But you can see Laurel going in, finishing off Soxa. He gets a double kill on the 33. BZM with a huge Avatos onto Radon. TP out. He's fine. Wow. That was a crazy-ass fight.
It's really, really good for Spirit, though. They got multiple track kills, and they were the ones who were behind by 5K. Now cut it down to 1 with this one quick move. A massive win, and above all else, I think the big winner in this is Laurel getting so much gold. So he's making progress now toward his next item. Seems to be... Yeah, he already has the blink flying out, and he's queuing up a shard. Getting that bonus damage out during phase shift.
Yeah, that was a huge get. Huge get for Team Spirit.
It kind of equalizes everything that just happened in the last, like, 13 minutes. So, pretty massive for them. And as we talked about, Tundra, they wanted to keep the ball rolling and play this tempo. That time maybe overstayed their welcome a little bit with Duracho dying in mid. That was effectively kind of a 5v4 to begin with up top.
Yeah, that's true.
The move was quick from Spirit's side after finding the mid pick off.
33 with the cover of Whitemon on the back line. I mean, this lineup's a lot different with the Dazzle being a position 4/5, whatever you want to call it.
I mean,
Don't have to worry about the ridiculous damage in the mid game.
how do you build this hero as a support is what I'm thinking. Like, item-wise.
I mean, do you still
I guess
go
you
the
just
same-
buy random utility stuff like Glimmer Force and...
Oh, Dust actually does hit Rue. He is gonna get destroyed here. Good awareness from Tundra.
Yep. But if nothing else, in classic bounty hunter fashion, drawing attention to himself. And that means there's space for everybody else in the team to farm. So you see Laurel, both Laurel and Radon actually jungling for the time being. The waves have been pushed just enough, which is very, honestly, it's a good sign in this game if Spirit have 2 cores jungling, because it means they've successfully pushed out the waves far enough against this lineup of Tundra that kind of wants to constantly just shove at you with the side lanes, especially. If you get the luxury of going to the jungle, that's not bad.
Echo Saber now online for BZM. So has the Blink Echo.
Armlet for Duracho. It's go time.
Roche,
Gonna push mid.
careful now. Careful, young man.
Here he comes.
Going to his wife/sister,
Oh,
Roshana.
Duracho. Oh, we almost walked into.
Laura will get the tier 1. Ooh, blinks
Quick
out.
reaction
Nice
from
timing.
Laurel.
And
Oh,
a coil. Wow, lots of quick
Damn.
reactions here.
Fastest fingers in the West. Both of them shoot, but nobody hits. That's not how that works.
Maybe one day. The Avalanche is actually going to find Puck initially, but BZM is very low on mana now, very low on HP as well, as the urn is applied.
Nice blast.
Oh, he
They
gets
get him.
Lord. That's going to be the death of him. Big kill from Tundra, and that's going to turn into a Roche.
Now, will he buy back for this, potentially? They know BZM is... Oh, he has a regen rune. The perfect rune for the occasion. They know they're in there, obviously.
Yeah,
so
they
it
have
doesn't
to-
matter that he shows. And, well... It looks like Spirit are kind of thinking about it, but...
No, surely not,
I mean, why else would they just be standing here?
because it looks cool. Duracho gets the Aegis. Now the Infest inside of BZM.
Oh, straight to work. They see
Target.
Miposhka, but they're not going to chase him for now. Maybe looking for a bigger pick here is BZM. But if he were to quickly take a look to the south, he would kill the Silencer. He's going to kill the wave first, and Miposhka will get up. And I was going to gate up toward Red Dawn.
This would be massive.
He has Blink.
He's all alone.
He seems kind of aware that this is coming. I mean, it's not exactly rocket science based on the previous movement of the heroes, but
He scans.
could still get caught off guard. He's going for the wave.
Okay, Avalanche, but there's the enrage from Radon. He's going to get some last right clicks. As there's a Nothro projection from the support, and he has nowhere to go. Big kill for Tundra.
I'm honestly a little bit surprised he got caught.
Arl
wow,
actually
whoa, whoa,
does
whoa,
not
whoa.
phase shift, was not looking in that direction, it seems. Ice Blast hits, and he's dead.
Oh, these are some big kills that Tundra are just getting for free. Both side lanes, nice picks.
BZM, toss back, collapse. This is a harder one, especially with the Rue nearby. Duracho is going to show up with that Radiance. Collapse has already popped his ult.
Soxa is burning
the
out.
urn is going to be enough. Are they actually going to chase this?
Searing
Collapse
Signet is
doesn't
so
have-
good on Bounty Hunter.
Yeah, this is very annoying to deal with. There's a big toss back onto Maposhka, so another death, rather.
I know, the die has been cast.
What? Wait,
Did I see that
what?
right?
What? No way.
Duracho's buying Yules?
No way. That must have been a misclick.
He's trying to...
What?
He's just countering the Ursa matchup 1-to-1, I guess. Like, now he can...
What?
Now he can handle him himself.
What?
He has a way of break... Honest... I actually fuck with this. I think this is super good.
That's a swear word for you.
Yep, I agree with that, and I take full responsibility.
Wow.
Okay.
I have never seen this before.
This has so many uses in this game that I think it's really good. When you talk about like these edge case items, you're kind of looking at, okay, how often are they going to matter?
Yeah.
So this Yules can stop Ursa during Enrage, break out of Coil, break out of Puck Silence, remove Track, get out of Global Silence at least for the first
Oh,
part.
break out of coil, you mean if it's upgraded?
No, if you place yourself perfectly on the Coil, you can
Oh,
snap
you
it
can
while
still
you're
do
Yuled,
that?
right?
Okay.
And if nothing else, you can buy time for Rage. I think this is a
The
super cool
Avalanche.
pickup.
Enrage is going to come out from Radon. Attempted TP,
He'll get out.
and he's fine. Very close to 33 getting that roar off.
The thing that's so cool about this is that effectively this is kind of working like a pseudo BKB for Duracho, where he can play way more confidently on pushing waves, because how do they gank him, right? The way they tried to kill him the previous times was Coil with Ursa, and then they were staggering Waning Rift plus Global Silence. He can just choose what he wants to do. Do you want to Yule the Ursa and run? Do you want to Yule off the Silences and get off Rage and maybe TP out?
All right.
This is cool.
You're
I
making
really,
it
really
sound
like
really
this.
good.
Yeah,
I am not a believer until I see it.
that's fair. Now here's the thing about this item though. You might... Just the fact that he has it removes plays from the opponent, right?
Yeah.
So you might not even get to see a moment where you're like, damn, the Yules was so good. It's the fact that now you don't get to see the situations where he could have needed something like this, right?
Right.
I really think this is a very cool adjustment.
It is very unique. I mean, Duracho is a unique individual. No doubt about it. And Aegis
High ground we go.
still there for Duracho. You got to get through his Aegis, his Radiance, his Armlet, his Yules on Lifestealer.
Yule!
In case you missed it, Yules on Lifestealer. Has this ever happened before? I
It's
don't know.
probably been a Wind Waker game here or there, right? Surely, at some point. But
Possibly.
this
yeah.
is probably one of those like 1% of games item.
Come on, dude. It's less than 1%.
1% of
Clearly.
Lifestealer games has a Wind Waker? I don't know
way.
about that.
No way. No way.
Really?
No chance.
Okay, I mean 1%.
I will make a bet on that one. 1%, please.
1% has Wind Waker. Really? 1 in 100 games.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
Duracho,
Find with Poshka, nice force.
quite in range.
40 seconds left on the Aegis.
Oh. Collapse. He is going to be found. A nice toss back onto Rue. They will clean him up.
And now Collapse is being chased.
Very tanky boy. Look at BZM just following him. Patrol available. They want to pop that borrowed time. You can see the rest of Team Spirit not going to attempt to assist in this case. So this will be a kill eventually. What do you think of his build in this game for Collapse? We've seen this as kind of like a side build.
Yeah, I'm not sure how sold I am on this. It's like, it's extremely defensive for the time being, right? Having Glimmer and Blade Mail, and now he's going for the Orchid. But this Orchid is kind of, you know, Lifestealer has Yules. You're not going to kill him with it. You could kill the Dazzle, which I guess is really valuable, but we'll see when he gets there. He's still got a little bit of time to go for it. And Duracho, despite not having the Aegis, doesn't seem to care very much. Will be hitting the high ground. Knowing he has Grave on backup, Whitemon has level 2 Grave, so 800 cast range.
That's right.
they're just giving up the lane.
Are they, though? Yatora's going to jump. He's going to get rooted immediately. He's going to get tossed back. There's the global silence. And the Yules now from the Lifestealer. Believe it or not, coil onto 2 heroes at the moment. Open Wound's going to bring Duraccio back to a respectable amount of HP. They take out the Bounty Hunter with ease. And this is a lane of racks, as BZM will be infested. And Tundra with a 10K lead. Oh, the jump in. BZM with another toss back. The AA blast is coming. It's a big one onto both Miposhka and the Bear. That's a buyback, though, from Miposhka. Radon has already used his ultimate. Back to base he goes. 33. We've seen you dive a little bit too much in the past.
Yeah, but he has a Yule.
Many Yules on this team, it seems.
We were joking about the, you know, is the meta going to change in this hour of pause? There you go.
Brain rot has set in hard in this game. They forgot what positions they're playing.
Is anyone else buying Yules? No, looks like it's just the 2 of them. I love this.
Whitemon is.
I love this.
Yeah, there's a
Wait,
third.
does he have a Yule? Isn't it 4-star?
It's coming. On the courier.
Oh, you're right. I was sure that was a force. So triple Yule.
Triple Yule Scepter. Smoke broken up. The fact that they could do this without an Aegis, by the way. BT dubs, sorry.
Yeah, well, how do you want Spirit to go on them?
I don't know. I'm not the analyst.
I can just keep Yuling. You're invulnerable forever.
That's true. That is a lot of invulnerability. Open Wounds to start things out. Tower's dead. Backdoor protection kicks in, though. Duraccio leading the way. Radon's going to jump in. There's the Yule Scepter from Duraccio. Coil again expended, but there's a big Ice Blast onto Radon. Popsy and Rage trying to run away. There's the roar on top of him. He's dead. 65 seconds of no Ursa. But Poshka's next. No way to get back in the game either. They blow up the Abaddon. Collapse does have buyback, but this push is not stopping anytime soon. They find the Bounty Hunter in the back. He gets up a couple of tracks, but he's going to die shortly after. Double kill for 33. 2 buybacks available for Spirit. This is a second lane of racks. As GG's come out, they cannot withstand the Yule Scepter of Divinity.
Damn. That was a really, really cool way to win this game, I have to say.
Wow.
I'm very impressed. I mean, it's one thing that their lineup obviously had really strong tempo and had the ability to do this, but damn, that was super, super cool to bring all of these Yules into play in this situation. And yeah, I have to say, so a lot of the time when you have this long of a pause, you can kind of get thrown off your game a little bit or lose focus or whatever. They very quickly realized what they needed to do on this one. Like running this triple Yule. Are you okay over there, buddy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a long
cool
game.
way to win.
That was a long game. Thanks for sticking with us, Shiver.
Yeah, I did stick with you. That was a fairly fast game after a very long pause. I don't know what it is about these 2 teams, but perhaps we should just not let these 2 play against each other. That sounds like a great plan. But for now, they can't play against each other anyway because Tundra eliminate Team Spirit in a 2-1 ordeal, and they move forward, so they get the chance to go up against Falcons tomorrow in the lower bracket finals. Congratulations to them.